get elevated. What is it about that league? What is it about just the players that you are able to bring out their stories and really make them resonate with the public and with the fan bases?
I remember distinctly the day that I went to the first WNBA game ever. This is almost 30 years ago now. And I just remember walking out onto the court and weeping that women had that platform. So I would just say I've been in love with the WNBA my whole life because, I'm a frustrated player. I wanted to play. I wanted to grow up and play. So I'm so happy for these women and who they've become as a league with their social justice, their conscience, their awareness. They are everything that's good and beautiful about women in our country and women in sports. And I want to elevate that at every opportunity.
When you look at the teams of A'ja Wilson capturing her very first WNBA title, it was the year of A'ja Wilson, basically. Looking at Becky Hammon coming in, now you have the defending champs, but you also have to look at the Seattle Storm. What's going to happen with Candace Parker? Will she stay in Chicago? Will she leave? Just all those fascinating stories. What are your thoughts on some of those stories?
I think this is maybe the biggest offseason in WNBA history. We've had a lot of free agent movement before with BRIANNA STEWART, Candace Parker. There's some really big name franchise-changing free agents right now. And I think it all kind of starts with BRIANNA STEWART. Whatever she decides to do, the trickle down from her decision is going to impact a lot of teams in this league. And so I think that balance of power with the Stewie decision is a real one and is going to change a lot with the W this summer.
There's been some talk, or some chatter, I should say, about Candace Parker and her future. Will she stay home in Chicago? They were also asked about possibly making a return to LA, especially with the new regime in Los Angeles. Where do you see Candace Parker possibly meeting up?
I haven't talked to her about it. I'm actually meeting up with Candace Parker later today, so I would have more information later. But Candace has a big decision. She has kind of built something special there in Chicago, but her family's here in LA. Her daughter's in school here playing volleyball, so I know there's a lot of family decisions to be made. Candace wants to keep playing, so stay tuned for that. I don't have the answer, but maybe later this afternoon I will.
Okay. Lastly, Nneka Ogwumike, obviously she's a free agent as well. She's very vital to the Sparks organization, not just on the court, but also as the organization as they continue to build. How devastating would that be if she decided to go elsewhere?
I think Nneka, said some statements at the end of the year that she wants to stay in LA. I think it would be a big deal if she leaves, but I have noticed that the Sparks are trying to upgrade what they're doing as a franchise. I've been very disappointed with how the Sparks have been run lately. They've let that franchise fall into disrepair, and they've made some hires recently, first with Curt Miller as the head coach. They just brought in Karen Bryant, who's going to help get their business side and their GM side put together. So hopefully they can build back into a strong franchise, because that's what the W deserves, and that's what the people of Los Angeles deserve, is that franchise to be one of the best.